What's up, everybody? I'm out here in my garage to show you guys my light up can jam setup. I just came up with this last night and we played it at my buddy's house for a backyard party. It worked out really well. Usually when we run out of light, we try to just like shine flashlights on the buckets and all that kind of stuff. And it never worked all that well. So I decided to use these white 5-gallon buckets and put some LEDs in there. So first of all, I of course use the Nite Ize Flashflight. These are tremendous. Highly recommend these. They feel great, they fly great, they're super bright, and if you're into disc sports in general, you're going to want to own one of these. Just get yourself one. Ask Santa Claus for it this year. It's just something that you should have. They fly amazing, they look great, they're a lot of fun to have and use out there at night, especially if you're like camping on the beach. This thing is your best friend. It's so much fun. Love that disc. And also, playing Can Jam, you have to try to hit the disc into the targets, and I've never seen one of these modules fail from getting slammed into the bucket. No problem at all. And then I just have these two 5-gallon buckets. One of these I got from work, the other one I got from Home Depot for like $5 or $4.50. So you can get two of these for like $8-10. No big deal. A lot of places you can probably find them for free as well. If you know anybody who works in a kitchen, there's a good chance they can get you some of this. This was actually a feta cheese bucket. It's kind of funny. And then I just have one of the LEDKndys. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Well, LEDKndy that you can find a review on my channel here. Just attached to the bottom, I put a little tape over it just to protect it a little more. Same thing in here. But given that these buckets are white plastic, they actually kind of glow. The nice thing about these is that they're bright enough so you can see them easily when you're out there playing, but they're not so bright that it's disconcerting, because sometimes when you're out in the dark and you're using a flashlight or something like that, the contrast between the brightness and the dark is actually kind of just messes with your eyes a little bit. Sometimes when you're holding this and you're trying to aim, it's so bright, stand alone in the darkness like that. That's a little tricky. But these are actually, with the LEDKndy like that, it's kind of a perfect amount of light where you can see it easily, and it's glowing there, ready to go, but you don't have to worry about it kind of messing with your eyes too much. Another cool thing I want to show you guys real quick is when you're playing Can Jam and it goes in this red bucket, I like how it turns green when it goes in there. I think that's pretty cool. I might actually try to switch this one to like a blue or something like that, so as you're playing, every time the disc goes in there, it'll change the color to some degree. That is my setup for how to play Can Jam at night, and honestly all of the rest of the time as well. You can use these same cans. Let's go into some of the rules of how we play and that sort of thing, just in case you're curious and you want to try to play for yourself. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so just in case you do not know how to play Can Jam, I figured I'd just include that quickly in this video, so in case you want to get this going on for yourself and your friends, I can just explain to you right now how to play, and you don't have to do any more Googling or any of that kind of stuff to figure it out. It's a quite simple game, very fun, very enjoyable. So if you buy the consumer grade, like official Can Jam, you end up with a disc that's lower quality. I definitely recommend, even if you're not going to play it at night, to get a better disc, like a Discraft Ultra Star or a DD Aviator, or some type of good quality Frisbee. You don't want to. I wouldn't want to use the one that comes with the Can Jam. I've heard that it's really not very good, especially if you're a disc golfer and you're into discs and Frisbees. You're probably not going to be impressed by the flight of that thing. So I recommend an Aviator or an Ultra Star by Discraft for sure. Or just get yourself the Flashflight that I showed you earlier in this video. They fly just as good, feel just as good, and you can just play with it during the day as well. It's not that big of a deal to just don't turn the light on. It still flies, still a great flying disc. The other part of the official Can Jam is that it's a much larger diameter than the 5-gallon buckets I just showed you. So the version we play is a little bit more accuracy. You gotta have a little more control to get it into the can, but that's totally fine. It's just a slight difference. You could upgrade to a larger round container of any type that you want. We've often used garbage cans, like little $8 or so basic round like kitchen trash bins kind of thing. The consumer grade is still larger diameter for sure and has a slot in the front of it that if I believe the way they play, according to the official rules, is if it goes in the slot, the game is over. For us, we have the smaller can. A little bit, the way we play it is if you throw the disc and it goes straight in the can and nobody touches it, the game's over. It's an automatic win. It does happen, and there are times where it gets to the point where that's the only way your team can possibly win. So here's the way it works. Put one can next to me, then another can down a little ways away. You can kind of set that up however you want. We don't measure it or pace it off or anything like that, but we have a general idea of how far away we want to place the cans, and then we just leave them there for the duration of the night, and everybody's playing on the same field, and it doesn't matter if it varies from time to time. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And it works kind of like horseshoes, where I'm standing by one can, my partner's at the other can, and then our competitors, the same thing. One at one at the other. So, to play the game, I'll start off. I throw the disc over to the other can where my partner is. If it goes directly in the can, nobody touches it, goes inside, the game is over. If I hit the can on the fly off of my throw, that's 2 points. Right? Then if I throw it and my partner hits the disc and it touches the can on the fly before touching the ground, that's 1 point. And then if my partner jams it, which means I throw it and they tap it inside the bucket, inside the can, that's 3 points. So that's really what you're trying to do. You want to pass it right over the top of the can to allow your partner to tap it inside the can. That gets you the most points. If you do that for both throws for your round, that is 6 points, and that's how you're going to win the games. And that's it. I throw, my partner throws, and then it switches to the other team. So it's a really simple game. We play to 21, and then we usually play win by 2 as well. Really fun game, can be exciting, and definitely a great backyard party game. If you are not Frisbee people in your group of friends, I'd probably recommend starting with a larger diameter can than the buckets I showed you in this video. That's a little bit more pro style, I would say. But still totally doable and not that hard to get it in the can. That's just my little video for you guys today about Can Jam, how you can get it set up for yourself, and how you can play it at night. Thanks very much for watching / listening. I'll check you all very soon. Cheers.